Yeah, we waited in line.
Yeah, exactly.
And he was there before I got there.
It's a pretty high-tech video camera.
We gotta take a picture of me and you with my camera, and gotta send it to my mom.
You will be everywhere that you don't want it to be.
It was quite quick.
Michelle Obama.
home to the next president of the United States. My husband, Tom Kerry, won the primary here 4 years ago, and then, with your help, he won the state in November. So tonight, I'm asking you to keep this lucky streak going. The next days are always special to me. I grew up in a dictatorship where there were no election days, and I didn't get to vote until I became a citizen of the United States right here in Pittsburgh. As a young wife and mother, who had my children right here at the hospital, I got to vote for a man who came from Pittsburgh and who cared deeply about his hometown and all of its people. My late husband and your Senator John Hines. His seat is held by an honest, decent man, a real champion of the working people, Senator Bob Casey. that today people need to believe in hope and in miracles. To me, Senator Obama's candidacy represents hope and the possibility of miracles. Just imagine that we have the opportunity to elect the first African American president. How great this nation is. Pittsburgh, are you ready? Are you ready to believe again that we can have good jobs that come with good health care to every man and woman child? That we can push open the doors for good schools and a college education for everyone able to Are you ready for a president who cares deeply about the environment? And Pittsburgh, I have one more question. Are you ready to meet the next First Lady of the United States? Trail. We've campaigned together. We've talked about this amazing process that happens every 4 years in our incredible democracy. And the more I get to know her, the more I'm reminded that for all the things I admire about Barack Obama, for all the things he's been right about, there's no better example of his good judgment than choosing such a smart,
give a warm welcome and thank you to Teresa Hines. She has been such a wonderful support, open-hearted, and a great mentor to me, and I am just honored that she is supporting us. The next thing I want to do is just to say thank you. Thank you. Thank you to the citizens of the state, of the city, everyone who's opened up their hearts and their homes and just listened to the options that are available to them. Thank you for looking out for my husband. We are grateful to you all, and just know that we wouldn't be here if it weren't for the hard work of our volunteers and supporters. Introduce this tall, handsome, the other tall, handsome guy on the The first is that they live in a house full of bright, intelligent, beautiful girls. The second thing is that they marry bright, intelligent, beautiful wives. And the third thing they have in common is that they are passionate about change. And they will work hard every day to ensure that there's a little fairness and equity and hope and possibility for every single person in this country. Barack and I are honored and grateful to have his support. Please join me in welcoming Senator Bob Casey.
I'm going to be very brief. I do have one question for this audience. Are you ready to change America? You know how to do that. The way that we're going to change America is by electing Barack Obama the next president. People have met Barack Obama and they see in him what all of us see in him. They see his integrity. They see his empathy for people who struggle, and they see his determination to change the direction of this country. That's what they see. This is a great crowd, by the way. Here's what I believe. I believe that in a time of danger around the world and division here at home, Barack Obama is a candidate who can lead us, he can heal us, and he can help us rebuild America. That's what I believe. This weekend, so in the place where the University of Pittsburgh Panthers became the 2008 Olympic champions, I give you another champion, the next president of the United States, Barack Obama.
To make, but I'm going to try to keep them fairly brief. First of all, I want to start with the person who just introduced me. Now, the Casey family has been given back to Pennsylvania and serving the American public for a long time. And You know, they say the acorn doesn't fall far from the tree. Governor Casey was a great governor. Bob Casey is a great senator. He also happens to be one of the finest, most decent, most hardworking, good men you would ever want to meet. You are lucky to have him representing you in the United States Senate. And Michelle is right that, in fact, both Bob Casey and I married up. Mr. Casey, she is just like Michelle. She basically tells Bob what to do. And we do it with pleasure, because it usually works out when we take her advice. I also want to thank somebody who I got to know in 2004, who has contributed so much to this city, is so passionate about the possibilities of transforming this city into a model for the country in green technologies and in the environment. She is somebody who is a force in her own right. She also happens to be married to one of my finest supporters and one of the greatest public servants that we have, John Kerry. Please give a huge round of applause to Teresa. Somebody who wasn't on the stage but has been a great friend and supporter, helped design the new frontier, helped guide this country to a better place, served as a United States Senator here in Pennsylvania. Please give a big round of applause to Harris Walton. And finally, I've got to give a shout out. I've got to give a shout out to the love of my life, my rock, my foundation, the person who keeps me on track, who has raised two of the finest daughters you'd ever care to meet, who has put up with my nonsense, not just for 15 months, but for 15 years. Please give a big round of applause to the next First Lady of the United States. I was going to make, but I've got to say, I just spotted in the audience somebody who I idolized, and so I've got to give a little shout out to Franco Harrison. We didn't have a pro football team, so I adopted the Steelers. I love Swan and Stallworth, I love Bradshaw, I love Ham and Lambert, Joe Green, and Dwight White. I love them all, but I got to admit, my favorite was Franco Harris. That's special. Even though now I got to root for the Bears. I'm sorry, guys. I live in Chicago. But there's still a special place in my heart for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Those terrible towns. Go on right here. So, listen. I have had just a wonderful time campaigning all across Pennsylvania. We have spent 6 weeks visiting every corner of the state. people have been extraordinarily gracious, extraordinarily warm, and we have had all kinds of fun. I mean, Bob Casey and I played some basketball. We went bowling, that didn't go so well. I got a cow, a calf, some milk. We were on a train, and I got to pull the thing that makes it go boop. We have just been having fun in Pennsylvania. What I've seen in Pennsylvania is what I've seen all across the country, which is that there is a core decency and generosity to the American people. There is a willingness to sacrifice and work hard on behalf of future generations. There is a desire for us to be able to come together and get past the divisions that have plagued us for so long. Divisions of race, divisions of religion, divisions of region, and political ideology. And I think that here in Pennsylvania and all across the country, people are reminded in this election of what has always been at the core of the American idea. I was down in Philadelphia in front of Independence Hall. We had a big crowd there. And because of the setting, you couldn't help but think about history. And I started to think about those patriots, those colonists who had banded together because they had a government that wasn't representing them, that didn't listen to them, that didn't stand up for them, that wasn't true to their hopes and their dreams. And this group came together against all odds, and they declared their independence from British tyranny. And so that's how our country got its start. At the heart of the American idea has always been this notion that we don't have to settle for what is, that we can imagine what might be. And that the force that will bring about that better life and that better world doesn't come from the top down, it comes from the bottom up. It comes because of the people, their determination, their dreams, their hopes. And that's why this great experiment in democracy has survived for over 2 centuries. Because each successive generation has been willing to stand up for new ideas, been willing to stand up for the possibilities of making the lives of all people better. We've been willing to stand up for those values of equality and liberty and opportunity. That is not, those aren't just words. They've been things that we fought for, bled for, cried for. And that's what got us through a civil war and 2 world wars. That's what got us through a Great Depression. That's what won civil rights and women's rights and workers' rights. In this election, at this moment, we face our own set of challenges. This generation has its own call to action because we too face a whole set of problems that no generation has faced before. And we too have a government that we feel isn't listening to us and isn't standing up for us and isn't representing us. I've been saying this for 15 months now. We are in a defining moment in our history. that so many fought for feels like it's slowly slipping away. We see it all across Pennsylvania and all across the nation. 8,300 people lost their jobs in this state just at the beginning of this year. 232,000 lost their jobs all across the country. Millions of people at risk of losing their homes. 47 million people without health insurance. Millions of children being left behind despite the slogans, unable to compete in this new global economy. Even when our economy was doing well, though, before the housing crisis, before the recession, this was the first economic expansion that we just went through since they kept records in World War II, in which an economic expansion resulted in the average family income going down by $1,000. Never happened before. The reason is because we had policies and a government that was paying a lot of attention to the winners of the economy, paying a lot of attention to the wealthy, paying a lot of attention to the lobbyists, paying a lot of attention to the special interests, not paying much attention to you. Not hearing that single mom who's trying to figure out how to get health insurance for her child. Not listening to those workers who see their jobs shipped overseas and suddenly have a rug pulled out their mother. Not listening to that family that's at risk of losing their home because of a predatory loan. And so when people ask me at the beginning of this campaign, why are you running so soon, Brian? Why are you running this time? You're a relatively young man, you can afford to wait. I had to explain to them, I'm not running because of some long-held ambition, but because I think it's somehow owed to me. I am running because of what Dr. Martin Luther King called the fierce urgency of now. Because I believe that there is such a thing as being too late. And that hour is almost upon us. And we cannot afford to wait to fix our schools. And we cannot afford to wait to fix our healthcare system. And we cannot afford to wait to get jobs and good wages. And we can't wait to solve global warming. And we cannot wait to bring this world and Iraq to a close. And that's why I'm on the problem. Convinced that the American people were ready for change. That they wanted a different kind of politics, not a politics that's all about tearing each other down. They wanted a politics that was about lifting the country up. I was convinced they wanted a politics that wasn't about spin and PR, but about straight talk with the American people. And I was convinced that they were tired of the distractions and the divisions, that everybody, black, white, Hispanic, Asian, Native American, young, old, rich, poor, gay, straight, everybody was willing to stand shoulder to shoulder. And my bet Pittsburgh is paid off.